tell you, I felt most alive when I was playing. I mean, that was, you know, I practiced hard. I used to think, are you ever alone in the gym? Are you ever alone when you're working out? Are you ever alone when you're in the workout room or whatever you're doing, whatever your sport, in the pool or running your miles or whatever it might be? And I used to never be alone, although I love being alone in the gym. But I always would imagine my coach or somebody that I didn't want to ever let down was in the gym with me, watching me work out. So it would push me to finish my drills and to, you know, work hard with some enthusiasm. And I never wanted to come out of the game. I was not a good bench guy. If I didn't get to play, I'd say, see you later, I got to play. Just let the kids play, I had to play, all right? But I had to earn that right. So when I practiced, I always practiced on trying to get as good at all the fundamentals of my game. So if I was a football player, I'd want to know how to be the quarterback, the end, the center, the guard, the defensive, you know, linebacker, whoever it might be. So that there was a way that the coach would always let me play somehow. And because I didn't want him to take me, I didn't want him to have a reason to say, got to take Cowens out because he can't make free throws. You know, he can't. He's stupid. He'll make a mistake on his play. You know, he can't catch the ball very good, or you know, he won't do what we're going to expect him to do. And I was at a basketball camp one time with Pete Maravich. How many people here have heard of Pete Maravich? How many people have not heard of Pete Maravich? You missed out. You got to go to YouTube and see Pete Maravich because that guy can flat out play. He was like the Pied Piper of basketball, of kids at the time. He averaged 40 points a game plus through all 3 years that he was eligible to play at LSU. And he was not shy about shooting. He'd shoot hook shots from the top of the key. It didn't matter. He could come at you left and right. Great, great ball handler. So one time I was at a camp down in Davidson, North Carolina, one hot summer, working a week at camp with these kids. And man, we used to torture those kids. It was so much fun. And Pete, we got from Lefty Dressel, we got I think like $60 for the week to work. And we're there all day long in the gym and then with the kids and you know, no air conditioning, just sweating all the time. Pete did a 1-hour lecture on ball handling, got $100. So I watched him really close. And I went home, I watched all his tricks, throwing it up and catching it here, throwing it there, and all the different drills and all this stuff. I went home after that, and I learned how to do all those things because I wanted to make $100 an hour. That's $60 for a whole week. And so that was the incentive. But I tell you, it really helped me because it gave me better hands, and I didn't have a lot of turnovers. You know, I knew how to catch the ball and get rid of it real quick, and I can dribble okay. I'm a left-hander, and most lefties are pretty dominant left-handers. They don't go so good to their right. But I can do a couple of dribbles with my right hand. But, you know, spin the ball and all these different things. So I used to really like to do ball handling and dribbling and passing lectures at basketball camps that I would go around to, and not just the normal thing they want me to do, which would be rebounding and things like that.
Your work ethic has been described as one of your keys to success. Is that something you were born with, or did you develop it over time?
I think you're born with some of it. You know, obviously. Yeah, I got this word EDGE, E-D-G-E. Wasn't part of that book, but it stands for 4 things. One is exercise, one is diet, one is genetics, and one is environment. And those are the 4 things that determine how healthy you're going to be for your life and maybe how long you're going to live. Those 4 things, edge, all right? And genetics is always part of, you know, whatever you're able to do in this world. That's why you're so thankful to have the parents that you have. But as I told you, I just wanted to play. So my work was peer pressure. I mean, getting in shape is not easy. And I applaud all the athletes in the world that are working out, because you learn a lot by playing sports. You learn a lot because you have to deal with pain. And you got to welcome pain. Pain's got to be your friend. It's like stress. Everybody gets stressed, but you just have to learn how to deal with it. Well, pain is something you embrace. It's not that, okay, yeah, I got to play when I'm hurt, but not really injured, because you don't want to further injure yourself. So I think the first time that I really felt like I was pushed, really pushed, was when I used to go to these summer workouts with our high school coach when I first started playing before my junior year that summer. I mean, we're playing and playing and playing. And he set the bar. And really, man, I said, wow, I got to stop smoking. You know what I mean? I can't do this. And back then, everybody smoked. And it was like just, nobody knew as much about what was bad for you. Like putting stuff on your skin so you don't get sunburned. Used to be, that's what you try to do, is get sunburned. Well, now I got to go to the dermatologist because I got 16 things growing on my body. And it's a constant thing. So when you're out there playing, put your sunscreen on. Be smart, because it's going to come back and get you, I guarantee you. It's going to come back and get you. It's your biggest organ, so take care of it. We didn't know that, and we didn't know a lot about a lot of other things. We didn't wear helmets when we rode bikes, and we didn't have seat belts, and a lot of other things. And a lot of us were lucky we made it there, but that's just the way it is. That's all I'm going to say about it. Come on, we got to hurry up. There are a lot of people here. They want to get home, get their awards, and get out. Coaches, don't make a lot of long speeches, all right? Kids, they know they're good. I can tell they're good. Best speech I ever heard was the Hall of Fame speech. They had 4 or 5 people, and Bob Lanier got up. He had a heck of a career. He went on for like a half an hour talking about thanking all these people that nobody knows, kind of like they do in the Oscars. And so you got, okay, fine. The next lady comes out, country as can be, from down in Tennessee. Great female athlete. She got up and said, I want to dedicate this award to my mother and father, and left. And she got a standing ovation. That was the best speech we ever heard.
Burnout is a major concern for today's high school athletics. Tell us about your short leave of absence in 1977 and why it is important to allow yourself some downtime.
Well, I think being, you talked about earlier about playing other sports and being varied, I think it's so good. I love to play football, I love to play baseball, swim, run, tumble, and gymnastics, and all the other things you do with kids when you're out playing, making up games or whatever. So everything that you do, now I'm trying to play golf. You should take up golf at an early age too. It'll solve a lot of problems when you get older too. Anyway, being diversified with what you're doing, not doing the same thing all the time. I think it's a mistake for somebody to say, oh yeah, you should concentrate on basketball, concentrate on baseball. If that's what you really want to do, fine, but I think you learn so much more about yourself. You get a broader idea what sports is all about when you play in different sports. You test yourself. As a guess about kids growing up, we didn't have helicopter parents of today. Our parents just said, leave, come home whenever you want to. And so when you're out there, you were just doing things. And we were making stuff up. But I think every sport that I did, whether it was swimming, learning how to do this and all this stuff, swimming in the rivers against the currents and dodging boats and all that stuff, and then, running track, learning how to do a hurdle or a high jump or a sprint, or then football, doing how to block and how to fall and roll, and basketball. Everything helped me become the athlete, that I became. all that stuff on the basketball floor, well, doing all that really helped me. Because I was never afraid to like go and have contact or to go after a ball and dive into the stand because I kind of knew how to fall down. I knew how to roll. And now, you know, the only video you see of me is that it got me going for this ball, slow motion, trying to get it. You ever seen that one? Trying to get it. And so everybody says, yeah, I remember that thing you fell down. I said, I could fall down with the best of them. I really could. But I didn't get hurt because I knew how to do it. And it helped from playing other sports, you know, and just being out there, tumbling around and having fun with my friends.
After your playing career, you did some coaching. Can you describe to us some traits of your favorite players?
Well, I was an assistant coach. Well, first coaching job I had was I was playing while I was coaching. Did you know that? Yeah. I was playing while I was coaching at with the Celtics, and we didn't have anybody on our team that I really liked. Actually, my first day taking over, we were 2-12 at the time, and I went to all the players. I go, hey guys, we're in this by ourselves. They tried to trade all of us. Nobody wants any of us. So we're in this together. Let's try to make something out of it. That was my first pep talk to the team. And they responded. We won 6 games in a row right off the bat. Then we went on the road, made a trade, and it was pretty ugly after that. But and then I got a chance to coach as an assistant coach in San Antonio when David Robinson was there. And he talked about a superlative athlete. I mean, this guy was 7 foot. But he could run, he could jump. I mean, he'd get you 25 points, 18 rebounds, 6 block shots, 7 assists, 2 turnovers in a game. I mean, that's what you expected of him. So to be around a guy like that, plus he got like a perfect, 1,400 on your SAT? Is that the perfect score? You got the, huh? Yeah, whatever it is. Did they change it? Yeah, but anyway, he got a perfect score on his SAT. Went to the Naval Academy.